everyone, it is me, Saida, and in this episode, I'll be talking about how it was like for me to discover myself as 9 years old with all of my wonderful, wonderful identities within the LGBTQ community. I discovered myself at 9 years old, and I proudly came out as at 12 years old through my WordPress channel. And at the time, I had my WordPress channel published in a way where certain people was able to see it, but I used it to be able to come out publicly. But I made sure none of my loved ones and those who was close to me did not know that I came out in the most big way. When I discovered myself at 9 years old, I was so happy because I was able to finally put together why I was the way I was through my gender identities, to my sexuality identities, and the way I experienced romantic attraction as well. And I also felt really, really comfortable about it. And I was also navigating my life through having my gender dysphoria and my gender euphoria as well. And I had so much confidence in knowing why I was the way I was, because I knew I was very different, and I knew I was special in a lot of different ways, and my LGBTQ identities just made me more of a special, unique, one-of-a-kind person. And I remember how I used to always love to look at myself in the mirror. I made sure nobody was not around to hear me when I did, because I didn't want any accidents or no mistakes happening or anybody finding out, because I just wanted to have it for my knowledge at the time when I was 9 years old. So I remember going to any mirror that I was able to talk to that I felt was confidential first, and I wanted to make sure it was safe for me to do it in. And I made sure I was in a good environment where nobody could not hear me and nobody could not see what I was doing. And I looked at myself in the mirror at 9 years old, and I loved to look at my reflection. And I remember saying, I'm a boy, I'm a transgender boy, and I'm also gay and queer and so much more to it. And I always continue to do it every chance I got. And I used to write down in my little notebooks and my little note cards, but I made sure when I did write everything down, what I wanted to write, I made sure I had everything on me, and I had everything in places where nobody would not even think to look or care to look at, because I did not want none of my loved ones to find out that I was a member of the LGBTQ community. And then at 12 years old, I came out formally, and I felt really, really good when I came out 3 years later at 12. All of my identities stayed with me, and I made sure I honored myself. And when I wrote on my WordPress channel, I felt so much relief, and I just felt comfortable. I felt confident. And the P-Flag organization, HRC, and Trail Project made me feel that I did not need nobody's permission to be who I am and who I was, and that I could just come out and be my true, authentic, powerful self. And I feel really, really good. And at 12 years old, I came out with them, and I had my own transgender chosen names. I never used my name through my coming out experiences, because I was not ready to have the conversation with my loved ones that I was a member of the LGBTQ community and transgender. That was not something that I wanted to do at all, honestly. So I just kept it within myself and the communities that I wanted to come out to. And P-Flag was and still is family to me. They are so special to me in every way. I love them dearly, and I love the HRC. I grew up following the P-Flag organization, HRC, very closely, and I am very thankful for all this love and support they gave me. And then when I came out again at 14 years old, I still had all my chosen names that I used, but all 21 of my identities stayed with me, and I was able to continue to use my pronouns. And then I came out again at 28 years old, and it was in the most proud way, powerful way I can do it. And then my mom found out I was transgender because she saw my medical document, and then she also saw that I was a member of the LGBTQ community with my other identities, and she was very, very supportive of me. And growing up, coming out was very, very hard for me to do because I was scared, because I know how the outcome would have been if I would have did it with my loved ones when I was way younger, and especially by myself being disabled, have my genetic disease and my other chronic disabilities and my chronic medical conditions. I was scared that I didn't know if I was going to be able to continue to live at home or still have the stability to do everything I was doing young. So I just kept it from them, and I did it all my whole life. I've been, and my mom found out about my medical document. She has been very, very supportive of me, and it's been a very, very wonderful experience. She's love. We have very good relationship, and I can use my voice to educate her if she ever have questions about any of my identities. And I also been talk about me myself being transgender more as I get older, and I am thriving with all of my identities at 29 years old, and I am so proud to be transgender, and I'm proud to be gay, and many, many more things. I'm proud to be disabled, and I'm proud of how far I have came in my journey. I have been a proud member of the LGBTQ community for 20 years, and in January will be my 21st year in 2026, and I will forever and ever continue to be a member of the LGBTQ community for the rest of my life.